Hatman made a video talking about the blueprint to beat Oleksandr Usyk, and if there is one that exists. Now, I hope I don't misinterpret anything that he had to say in that video, but it seems to me that he says there is no blueprint to beat Usyk, but one style has a better chance than some other styles. And that part I disagree with. Yes, Derek had the most success against Usyk, although that's not really true when you think about it. It was just that it happened so early in the fight, and he took a string of rounds off Usyk or made him close enough where that left a lasting impression, right? Because Tyson Fury stood back and boxed, and he took arguably just as many of Usyk as did Chisora, and both of them got hurt, albeit Chisora not as badly, and Usyk kind of let him off the hook there. But that's a different story altogether. So, this idea that, and Hatman likes to say this a lot, boxing is rock, paper, scissors. No. And the only disagreement that I have with Hatman's video, because it was a good video and I basically agree with everything he had to say, is nuance, right? Boxing isn't rock, paper, scissors. It sometimes is, right? Sometimes scissors will cut up a rock somehow. Yeah, they will. And sometimes a guy that beats everybody they beat too. Sometimes. Like, I don't know, Usyk. So, here's the deal. There's no style, right? If I do grant you that boxing is rock, paper, scissors, right, with all things being equal, and I do subscribe to that theory, except there's another element in there, right? There's 4 basic styles in boxing: boxer, lead puncher, counter puncher, fighter who leads and counters, and a puncher, somebody who commits to all of their punches. And even as I say that, you're probably thinking, yeah, but why couldn't you be all of those things or some of those things? And that is true. That's why there are base styles. And the problem with rock, paper, scissoring somebody who is all of those things potentially is that, well, it's impossible, right? Because you whip out a rock, bam, he got paper for you. You whip out the scissors, he's dulling you with that rock, so on and so forth. So when you got somebody who's a complete fighter and can fight any style, there is no key to that lock insofar as styles are concerned. He'll just adjust and he'll switch it up. We've seen Usyk punching, like in this fight and against Tyson Fury. We have seen Usyk counter punching. We've seen Usyk counter punching with power. We for damn sure have seen Usyk boxing. We've seen Usyk power boxing. And Usyk's forte forever was and probably forever will be fighting. And he can punch with power as he's leading and countering, or countering and leading and countering, exchanging, right? And he did all of those things against Daniel Dubois. So it didn't matter what kind of game plan Daniel came with, what style he chose to fight. It wasn't going to work. And the reason why it wasn't going to work is because, simply put, Daniel Dubois just isn't good enough. So you don't beat Usyk with style. You beat him with skill. You just have to be better. And as things stand right now, outside of, a banana peel, that's being Usyk, or Lucky Shot, that's his opponent, I don't see anybody beating him right now. And the reason why Derek had more of a chance against Usyk is because Usyk had that was his first, you'd have to say, if I remember correctly, serious fight at heavyweight. Yeah, he fought Witherspoon, and did he fight somebody? I think that's the only one he fought, right? So that was Usyk still trying on his heavyweight suit, right? He was still essentially a cruiserweight fighting somebody who had, 40 pounds on him? So if Derek had any advantage in that fight that materialized in the ring, it was, Usyk fearful of getting clipped by Derek, who is a massive puncher, actually. If he's able to land on you cleanly, it shows. Derek hits very hard. It's just that he gets sloppy and doesn't deliver his power all that well. Hits very hard. And Usyk to this day remembers the power. He was scared of the power. So it wasn't style that shut him down. Like we just forget sometimes, I guess, or we don't take into consideration the fact that this guy has been asked to shift, guys that are 40 pounds bigger than him sometimes. So yeah, the way having that weight advantage and massive punching power, it makes sense to come forward on someone like Usyk. And you're gonna do better, perhaps, than someone like Tyson Fury, who stands off and boxes. But did he really do better? Did he? I don't know. Tyson Fury was able to sit back and, yeah, he got hurt more than Chisora, but he also hurt Usyk more than Chisora did. So you don't beat Usyk with style. What you need is better skill, or just enough skill and just size. You need some other kind of advantage. It's not style. You can't beat this guy with style, because he is Mr. Rock, Paper, Scissors. Period.